Welcome to State of the Offense, your unbiased coverage of your favorite team's offense, the Denver Broncos. At this point of the year, while there are many unknowns, I do believe that the Broncos fans should expect to be better on offense going into the 2023 season, but still have a few concerns along the way. Last year, the Broncos finished 21st in total offense, 19th in passing, 21st in rushing, and last in scoring, which earned them a 5-12 record. In the skill positions, the Broncos bring back all their key contributors, plus wide receiver Tim Patrick returns from an ACL tear. New playmakers include free agent running back Samaje Perine, trade acquisition tight end Adam Troutman, and rookie wide receiver Marvin Mims. Most fantasy football shows will only mention skill players, but as State of the Offense, we look at the entire offensive unit. We start in the trenches by analyzing the condition of the offensive line first. It all starts at the snap of the football. On the offensive line, the Broncos will bring back 3 players from last year's group who are projected to start: Garrett Bowles, Lloyd Cushenberry, and Quinn Miners. The Broncos also brought in guard Ben Powers from Baltimore and tackle Mike McGlinchey from San Francisco. Left tackle Garrett Bowles broke his leg in Week 5 last season and missed the rest of the year. Until that point, Bowles was the Broncos' best offensive lineman, grading at an 82, which placed him as the 16th best left tackle in the game. Left guard Ben Powers was signed to a $51 million contract, with $28.5 million of it guaranteed. Last year for the Ravens, Ben Powers graded at an 80, which placed him as the number 7 left guard in the NFL. Center Lloyd Cushenberry returns for his 4th season in Denver. He graded at a 74, but unfortunately had a season-ending groin injury in Week 8. His 74 grade put him as the number 17 center in the game. Quinn Miners is projected to start at right guard. Last season, Miners gained playing time after Garrett Bowles was injured. From Week 6 onward, Miners graded at a 75, which placed him in a group in the 18 to 20 range of right guards in the NFL. The Broncos decided to sign right tackle Mike McGlinchey from the 49ers with an $87.5 million contract, with $52.5 million of it guaranteed. McGlinchey last year in San Francisco graded at an 81, which was good enough for him to be rated as the number 10 right tackle in football in 2022. The offensive line was always a priority for Sean Payton when he was in New Orleans. The Saints always spent high draft picks or made significant free agent signings during Payton's tenure. That trend seems to have continued his first offseason in Denver. Garrett Bowles is on the back end of his contract, so if he struggles to recover from his injury, he may become a salary cap casualty next offseason. Lloyd Cushenberry is also in a contract year. Quinn Miners has a team-friendly contract as well, so if Payton is not pleased with the offensive line group as the season goes along, he will make changes. Many NFL observers were shocked by the disappointing debut by quarterback Russell Wilson in Denver in 2022. His last year in Seattle was not particularly impressive either. His injury absence in 2021 and the subsequent performance by Geno Smith in his place gave the Seahawks organization enough confidence to not view him as an essential franchise player. Denver gave up a king's ransom in both trade assets and cash to secure Russell Wilson. The Nathaniel Hackett firing happened due to a multitude of reasons. Not being able to get Russell Wilson to perform had to be a large part of his dismissal. The hiring of a proven winning coach in Sean Payton to counteract the Wilson effect in Denver will be interesting to observe. I personally am a lifelong Saints fan. Sean Payton is easily the best coach New Orleans has ever had. In 2021, Sean Payton looked out of place though without Drew Brees on the field. Jameis Winston simply didn't cut it for Sean Payton. To have a winning organization, you need John Elways and Peyton Mannings in the Broncos case, and they're definitely more valuable than, say, the Mike Shanahans and the Gary Kubiaks of the world. In New England, they're learning this lesson firsthand without Tom Brady. They're not winning, even though they still have Bill Belichick. In 2 seasons, I miss Drew Brees a lot more than I do Sean Payton. What is going to happen if Sean Payton realizes that Russell Wilson is closer to Jameis Winston than he is Drew Brees? Denver is stuck with Russell Wilson through 2024 no matter what. 2022 was torture for Denver fans. 2 more seasons of Russell Wilson would probably mean more mediocrity than putting the Chiefs into second place. I think that Sean Payton can improve the culture in Denver. I think that he can call a game plan to maximize Russell's talents as well as anyone in the game. In fantasy, Russell Wilson is good enough to produce numbers. He's the current quarterback 16 on ESPN.com, the 139th player taken, which would make him a 12th round pick. Courtland Sutton did not break out as many experts thought he would with Russell Wilson. The most successful wide receivers in the offense were possession receivers who were physical, like Michael Thomas and Marcus Colston. I view Sutton as a natural fit for the offense. If Jerry Jeudy's confrontational nature continues, Payton will not put up with him. He's already drafted a wide receiver with Marvin Mims, who he already believes in. Sean Payton has had success with young wide receivers before, so Mims may be a good player as a rookie. Marquez Callaway and Lil Jordan Humphrey are two guys in the receiving corps that Payton likes from his New Orleans days. Callaway has starting experience in this offense, and I expect him to be the eventual number 3 wide receiver over Tim Patrick. In fantasy drafts, Jerry Jeudy is currently going as the wide receiver 27, player number 78 overall, which is a 7th round pick. Courtland Sutton is wide receiver 49, player 123 overall, which is an 11th round pick. No other Denver wide receiver is getting drafted right now. I would recommend Sutton as the Denver wide receiver to trust. He will cost you less, and Payton likes big physical wide receiver on short routes. Let Jeudy slide a little if you're in a league with other Broncos fans. Keep an eye on Mims and Callaway early in the season, possibly as waiver wire pickups, because they both will play at times this season and produce. Tight end is a position that Sean Payton has utilized a lot over the years, and he has had some great tight end fantasy production in this offense before. Greg Dulcich was very impressive as a rookie after missing training camp with injuries in the first 6 games of the season. Payton will also love Albert O's size and speed. He will run more 2 tight end sets than you think, so you should value Dulcich as a late round pick. Dulcich is currently the tight end 25 on ESPN, and he can be had in the last round of the draft. Running back Javonte Williams had a fine rookie year splitting time with Melvin Gordon in 2021, but unfortunately he was lost for the season in week 4. He tore more than his ACL, so this year may not be his best year. Javonte can catch the ball well, and running back checkdowns are a big part of the offense. On ESPN.com, he's currently the running back 29, player 91, which makes him an 8th round pick. Samaje Perine will probably get a lot of work because he's tough and he's good blocker. Perine is currently the running back 31, player 106, which makes him a 9th round pick. I think these prices are reasonable for these guys, but if Javonte is completely healthy by the opener, Samaje Perine's value should drop below the 11th round. If Javonte is struggling through his recovery, stay away from him and comfortably draft Samaje Perine in the 9th round. Denver burned a lot of people last season in fantasy, but I'm over that. The safest fantasy bet in 2023 is probably Courtland Sutton. The hidden gems are Greg Dulcich, Marvin Mims, and Marquez Callaway. In dynasty formats, Javonte Williams should be better in 2024 than in 2023. Marvin Mims and Greg Dulcich are good acquisitions for the right price in dynasty. I'm taking a wait-and-see attitude with Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy, though. Samaje Perine will be okay in 2023, but in dynasty formats, I would not really consider him too much in the long term. People were saying that the Hackett-Wilson duo was going to bring similar success to what Green Bay and Seattle had had with them. Sutton and Jeudy did not become the new Metcalf and Lockett. Russell Wilson was not an MVP candidate like Aaron Rodgers. Key starters on the offense missed the majority of the season, like Javonte Williams, Garrett Bowles, Lloyd Cushenberry, and Tim Patrick. Sean Payton's greatest strength as a coach is not his play calling acumen. It is his establishment of a good locker room culture. If Russell fits into it, good days are ahead for Denver fans. If not, Payton will minimize Russell as much as he can in the offense and get the rest of the team to perform instead. If the defense plays as well as it has the past few seasons, I expect the Broncos to contend for a wild card spot rather than being a last place team like they have been. If you like today's coverage of the Denver Broncos offense, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support the channel.